Alright, I'm gonna go in solo on this one because my internet is really bad. I'm gonna be frank. Most of the humor that comes from those videos, the reapplication, PC Legacy, whatever. What makes those so funny to me is that Brandon is going in them completely blind. So yeah, because I've played this before. All right, so I think I got this working. Man, it's awfully lonely here without Brandon. I'm not sure if this is Kyle or the entity. I was reading that. All right, so something funny you can do here is if you like turn around when Sonic looks up and reads this part, you actually get soft locked. Like you're just kind of stuck here. I'm sure it'll be fixed in the next update, but I thought it was really funny that literally the first time I booted up the game, I tried to go back, and then I got stuck here. There we go. Oh there, Tom. It's been a while, hasn't it? You've entered this game. There's no coming back now. He will come for you eventually. Thanks for joining our family. Our big, happy family. God, this game has such a unique vibe to it. I can't really quite put my finger on it. Also, I don't know if that's just the visuals, but yeah, when Sonic looks up, his sprite centering, I think, is kind of thrown off, or maybe that's just the camera freaking out. They lied to you. Your whole life has been a lie. Failure. I'm not gonna lie, this part kind of freaked me the fuck out the first time. I do think this looks great. When it comes to 3D and EXE horror stuff, I can't go backwards anymore, by the way. I'm very picky when it comes to that. The 3D in this game is hit or miss. I think, especially near the end, it looks great. But in that, like, I like the effects. Like, I like EXEs, like, who kind of, like, morph their faces into whatever, like Speed Duo or OMT. So that effect of him just, like, kind of, like molding his face like clay, just looks really sick. I also think that looks pretty good. The data select is definitely one of the highlights. I like the idea of each data or each person like having a different way to like play as them. I think is so fucking cool. Like giving Tails his heart back. I think that animation looks super cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like the. I've never seen this tail sprite before. It's a little off from his jump ball, but it's like very slightly, and it's mostly just the shading. I like the flickies flying around. I wish more Sonic games did that. Like maybe in a. Or. I'm struggling to find the words, but if you. Like maybe in an EXE game, like the critters are like walking around and stuff, and like it could be like a weird version of Hill, and like when you go back there as Tails, then they're all dead. The CRT filter, CRT, is that what that is? My cursor's on the screen. The CRT filter looks fine. But the highlight of this, I definitely think, is the background, the Sega CD like pseudo 3D background. I think that looks super sick. And I kind of hope more EXE games do it. Like, obviously there's a time and a place for it. You don't want to just force 3D in anything. But here, I think it looks fantastic, and I think the developer knew that. Brigand, I'm sorry, I don't remember how to pronounce the username. But I think the developer knew that, like, you shouldn't just like do 3D willy-nilly, like with the backgrounds. Like it's used in a good way. I'm not doing this, by the way. This is a cutscene. It's a nice little twist of the usual formula of Tails walking up to Sonic. It's nothing super crazy, but it's an appreciated little nod or remix. Want the truth? Let me show it to you. This is exactly what I mean. If there was a 3D background here, this would not look as good as it does. I can't quite put my finger on it, on what it is here, but like the custom, like the levels that have like custom made like tiles and backgrounds. It kind of reminds me of some of Saturninium. The dude who made one of the Chitterlin Sonic retakes, and I think that's the developer of Sonic UNL, right? Shit. Something I got on the original EXE Sonic EXE 4 was using just like a royalty-free fire effect amongst like the Genesis background. I thought was like out of place. But here there's with the way the like the art style looks here, it fits in a lot better. I don't know if it was intentional, but this reminds me of Alan's secret stage in Sonic 2011. Brother, why'd you lie to me? Tom, we're stuck. Please help us, Tom. That looks great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't know if you've ever watched Vibing Leaf's Blue Pen Drive retake. During the countdown sequence, the Sonic there has so like. What I'm getting at is I love like disturbingly beautiful shit like this. Like this looks just it looks great. Like I'm not really sure how else to describe this. I think this one might be. This is probably one of my favorite levels in the game. Because there's so much we don't know. Like, who are these? I'm pretty sure Tails is meant to be Kyle, as proven by the newspaper. But like, who's this supposed to be? Like, maybe his dad? Because there's, like, a broken car here. So, maybe he got into a car crash trying to escape whoever the killer was. I think the lightning here works really well. And then of course, like you're in the middle of the road with like a candle, so I get the impression that whoever this is supposed to be was like maybe stranded on some highway, and then he got caught there. Uh, a nice little detail I liked in Sonic 2011 was that during Dave's stage, the static was replaced by thunder, and I think it works really well there. And I kind of like how it's used here as well, because you know if I don't know why there are no traffic lights, like maybe it's just like obviously these characters are meant to be representing real people. What interests me the most about this is that is his expression here. Like he starts off bored, or like I'm not really sure what this is. Like this is one of the details of the game that like really stood out to me, because it's like, why is he looking at me like that? But as it progresses, he changes. I think it's I like this, but that it'll appear again later. But yeah, no, now he's in a different pose. I think adding the Stardust Speedway background here was a nice little nod to You Can't Run. What was I gonna say? Right. Actually, he's in the background of Robotnik's stage, but there's I think one of the specific expressions that the entity makes looks really good with 3D. Although if I've been keeping an eye on the game's page, and it looks like the developer is going for an art style a little more resemblant of the Saturn 3D, which is exactly where I was hoping this would go. Yeah, I think that looks pretty sick. Now I want to try something, because every time I play this, I dodge the thing that's coming up here, and I want to see what happens when I get hit by it. I kind of want to turn my volume down. Uh, Another thing that interests me is that during the data select, okay, I'll check out what that is in a second. Oh. Yeah, I was wondering why that was there, because it just kind of appeared, and then no other ones show up. Like what? I think those like realistic scenes of like actual people is what really makes this game, like, it looks great. So this time we're going to get the other ending. Oh, another thing I forgot to point out is that I like because this is very clearly a reference to the hidden stage in the original EXE game, but it's like moved to the start instead of the end. Sorry, I'm like fumbling with words today. I don't really know if it was like meant to mean anything, but I think it's something that I choose to perceive as a nice little detail, as it kind of like turning on like the formula being turned on its head in a way. I don't, words are not wording. I'm not Englishing very well, let me just say. I'm gonna be... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the peaceful music, like, with the shot of... Or, like, the music sounds like it's trying to be peaceful, but is, like, not. And that with the shot of the outside house, and, like the flickering shots of the baby just it kind of freaked me out. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, because you know when Tails starts off like this, he has the same like color scheme, but when you go back to him, he's like back to being pale, but he's like torn apart. That death, I didn't understand what it was at first, but what's happening is he's just running through a thing of like a little fence of barbed wire, which is super brutal. Alright, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be happening, but it looks really funny. Alright, so this time we're gonna get the... Did my face just glitch out there? Was that just me? Oh, this is collision for some reason. Where do you think you're going? I love bit crushed, like glitchy, garbled sounds like that. I don't know, it just... There's something kind of cool about them. Oh, it like travels. Like depending on where he's running. What if I go back? Alright, I'm not sure. I don't think he attacks me until I get like a specific distance. There you go. There is no good ending. Your tails got snatched off. Yeah, there's something about this hide and seek and whoops, I pressed Z. That's my bad. Or well, these don't actually have level names, so I'm just gonna call this hide and seek. Hide and seek and Knuckles level. You can't run like on the street. No, this level and Knuckles' secret level that we're gonna get to really remind me of something out of Sonic editable ROM or Sonic.exe. Yeah, specifically the Crystal Lake segment. There's something about the art style just kind of reminds me of that. It also reminds me of Saturninium's art style a little bit. I think that's a glitch, but his tails just aren't there. Yeah, I'm not sure if those are like spikes, barbed wire, and I'm not really sure what it's meant to represent exactly, because Kyle was dismembered, if I remember correctly. Oh, you know what? Down. Okay, down here, like at the bottom of Tails' face, I thought that was his nose, and I thought he just had like a really long snout, but that's actually his mouth, I think, and that's his nose. Um, yeah, if you give, I think there was a redesign for Sarah I saw on Twitter somewhere, but like if you have this like really like creepy art style, I'll have to pull it up, but like if you try to imagine Tails, like if you ignore that little black thing and just see that as the snout or the nose, like there's something about giving Sonic characters longer snouts and like they're like lankier and like their their gloves are more like wrinkled and they just look really like disturbingly detailed. It just looks super freaky to me. I think I don't think I finished my thought about the lightning, but I think it works really well here. This could be another case of, because like obviously this is meant to represent something, but it could just be this entity like kind of dramatizing exactly what's going on here. Because like maybe there were streetlights. That's the house. This part makes me kind of sad because it seems like maybe this could be the father of the family who maybe like went back like maybe this was after Kyle and the mother were killed perhaps, and maybe he like went back to burn down the house like to get rid of the demon. Yeah, this part. This reminds me of something from Sonic Editable ROM or Sonic.exe. I'm not gonna. Oh. Maybe he choked. This could. I hadn't actually thought about what was happening there at first, actually, but maybe he either couldn't get out of the house or chose to stay in the house. Maybe when he went to burn the house down, the entity locked him in the house and he choked on smoke. Perhaps that could be what that is. That could be what's going on there. Shank. I'm gonna be honest with you. I genuinely have no idea what Robotnik's level is meant to represent. I also... Oh, right, this was the part that fucking... What a... You know, I kinda wish I let that hit me. Well, let me go back. So apparently, I'm not. I think it was it's the update for this game that's coming out pretty soon. Looking forward to that. You should have known not the small one would come. I think the text disappears a little too fast. Sorry, I'm really peculiar when it comes to grammar. So I'm like trying not to comment on it. This part, I'm gonna be honest. I knew how to get the true ending before I played it myself. Thanks to games like Vanilla Game and what was that game Luigi Kid played for his? It turned off his PC. Well, like Sonic.exe or something. Yeah, due to games like those, I can't really go in blind anymore for like newer developers. Like for when Sonic.exe comes out, I'm going into that one blind because I trust Joe. But when it comes to like people I haven't heard before, I tend to watch gameplay first just to be 100% sure it's safe for me to play. That looks great. I should totally burn this thing. This is not a prank. No one could have done this except him. I have to free them. Wait, Kyle, what are you doing? This, like, because clearly, I'm going to assume this is Tom. But they did not get to finish their thought. And obviously, something happened to him. I've just realized that one of my games applications have disappeared right here, so I'm going to worry about that in a second. That's about it, really. I'm probably gonna try to get Brandon to play this game, but I'm a little reluctant on uploading this because I don't want to upload this and then you guys like see that I upload the Brandon playing it and he'd be like, oh well, there's too much of this, 3 videos in a row. I don't have any closing thoughts, really. I think that it's a very unique take. I like it. That sounded kind of like off. I really do think this is one of the better ones I've seen in a good while. I like where it's going. It's got a very. I think the reason why I like Needle Mouse, Speed Duo, and I like EXE stories that feel very personal. Like everyone is like kind of intertwined in a way. That's why Speed Duo is my favorite. But yeah, I think I may have stated this already, but I think we're given just enough to theorize and like make guesses about what exactly is happening, and but you know we're very clearly missing parts of a larger story, like even when I first like saw when I saw Joe play it, I immediately got the impression like very early on that okay, this feels like there's something more going on here that we're gonna learn about later. And I really like when games do that. And I try not to get too invested in new EXE stuff because of how... I'm gonna be blunt, shit gets cancelled a lot, so I try not to get like too invested in stuff anymore because I've been disappointed so many times. But from the looks of things, Brigandistan, Brigandistian, maybe? I don't know if you're watching this, man, but if you're watching this, I'm sorry if I fucked up pronouncing your name. Oh, hello. Alright, well, that's about it.